He was good to post it on the first of the year because ads have gone to crap as it is. Anyway, let's go here and take a look. So he posted the video on the first of the year, right? But if you see here, his average subscriber growth every single day is roughly 31,000, 66,000. But you can see here that he's doing really well. Then you cut down here to Monday, where he still was at 57,555 subs earned, or 565 earned that day. Tuesday is when the big controversy hit. Now, if you notice, there is a huge drop there from 57,000 to 16,000. That is a humongous drop. That being said, when I first checked it that night, he was at negative 5,000. So he had lost 5,000 subs. And obviously that cost him somewhere in the neighborhood of about probably 30 to 40,000 subs total. I would argue he probably lost about that many for the day. For that day, Wednesday, 81,000 almost new subscribers, completely offsetting whatever he would have lost the day before and putting him back on track to where he would normally do pretty well. And even this day, he's made 34,500 subscribers. Logan Paul is fine. And even though I firmly believe that the video was faked, until I see evidence suggesting otherwise, I'm sorry, no. He still did it. He still posted it. And YouTube seemed to be okay with it. 80,000 subs yesterday. 23 million views yesterday. He doesn't really have to care ultimately because his entire thing is rewarding to him.
Just wondering, what are you doing for money, seeing as your main cash cow now?
No, I know.
What is it? Can't say. Come on, give us the scoop, man. Let me know.
Bro, you know the scoop.
What is it? Clothing. That's good, man. I'm happy for you, bro.
Thank you.
Do you think you should be forgiven?
There's no real repercussion. Yes, I got removed from Google Preferred, which is YouTube's high-end monetization program.
It's probably too late by then, right?
I mean, it's just like it wasn't how I make the majority of my money. It's not. It's like I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna be okay. I'm saying there's no real repercussion for my actions. There's no slap on the wrist from anyone.
Because there is no anyone. What happened in Tokyo?
As far as
and then my understanding is you went to a place where it's a conventional spot for people taking their own lives, and you pretended to find a body. Is that if I understood it?
I wouldn't use the word pretended.
Found a body. Right. Oh, that's pretty heavy. Yeah, that is heavy. Yeah. So right. Yeah.
I was like, "Hey Jake, want to hear something crazy?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, 3 days ago, I sold $1 million in merch in that one day. He's like, no fucking way, dude. I mean, $1 million in one day.
You hear how quiet it is right now?
Yeah.
Everybody's mind is blown.
I go, well, wait a second. I was like, yeah, bro. He's like, you really made it. I was like, no, wait. You know what's even crazier? He's like, yeah. I was like, I did the same thing the next day. And then I was like, let me stop you there. I did the same thing the day after that.
So right off at the top of the video, Logan Paul does a fantastic job of making himself the sympathetic figure, the victim actually. A victim who feels like he deserves it. It could have been helpful if Good Morning America did research to look at his entire catalog. I mean, we're talking about Logan here. He has a video still on YouTube where he faked his own murder in front of his fans. It is such an interesting world that we live in where thanks to this situation, Logan Paul is exiting this scandal far bigger than he entered.
We got YouTube removing ads from Logan Paul's videos temporarily. On February 9th, 2018, the YT Creators Twitter released a tweet that stated, in response to Logan Paul's recent pattern of behavior, we've temporarily suspended ads on his channel. When he came back, everybody was expecting, oh, he's going to be a little bit more tame. Maybe he learned from his mistakes. And then he comes back. He's advocating or people are saying he's advocating that his audience eat Tide Pods or do the Tide Pod challenge. He pulled a koi fish out of his koi pond and started giving it CPR and then playing with it like a boat. Just really inhumane stuff there. And then he was electrocuting or tasing a dead rat. Really, really dumb stuff. Nothing terrible. Well, I mean, I guess the Tide Pod tweet. He apparently said in a tweet, I will eat a Tide Pod or swallow a Tide Pod for every retweet that I get. I think that temporarily demonetizing his channel is a good thing. It's a smart move, but I don't fully believe the motives behind it. I don't think that YouTube really cares that much. And let me go ahead and explain why. So, although they are publicly saying, hey, we're demonetizing Logan temporarily. We've canceled his YouTube Red series. We've taken him off Premiere advertising. All this stuff, all these publicly facing things. But over the last week, a couple of things have occurred. The first one being when Logan Paul released the Logan Paul is Back vlog, that got pushed to almost everybody. It was in so many people's notification centers who were not subscribed to Logan Paul, myself included. I'm not subscribed to that clown. I don't like his videos. I don't want to see his silly face. I don't want to see it. Yet YouTube puts it in the notification center, which pushes his content to more and more people. Secondly, after they announced, hey, we've temporarily removed all ads from his page, in my notification center, I saw a community post from Logan Paul that read, YOLO gang, no vlog today, I love you, get your merch. Logan Paul probably earns $5 or $10 profit off of every merchandising item that he sells. So that's equivalent to 10,000 views, essentially, if he's earning the $10 profit margin there. So, my thought here, I'm going to take it to a conspiratorial place like I like to do. I imagine that YouTube and Logan Paul had a meeting, and it would probably go something like this. Hey, Logan Paul, great to meet you. Really rough situation here. You really gave us a crappy sandwich to eat here. I'm not happy about it. But here's what we're proposing as YouTube. We're going to go ahead and publicly say we're temporarily demonetizing your channel. Maybe you'll lose out on $1 million for 1 month, but we'll go ahead and reinstate ads a little bit later. So in order to offset that and save face, YouTube will look like heroes for demonetizing you. YouTube will look like amazing people. Oh, they're standing up to Logan Paul. We'll look amazing. We'll save the platform. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and promote a couple of your videos. We'll go ahead and promote a couple of your community posts to everybody on YouTube. And then all you have to do is sell maybe 10,000 shirts to make up that $1 million as opposed to get 100 million views. There you go. That's what we'll do for you. Or 1 billion views, whatever it would take. I don't know. That's what we'll go ahead and do for you. So in the meantime, we look great. YouTube doesn't die. Advertising rates don't get crushed down. And then when you return, you'll go back to making even more money because we promoted you to a larger audience. That's my conspiratorial take. So I don't think that is the case, but I could see that being the case. They're just saying, oh, it's a Logan Paul bug. BS. How is that? Why is there no podcastage bug? I haven't seen podcastage videos getting posted to everybody's freaking notification center. Why is it the biggest YouTuber, the one that probably brings you the most money and the most views, is getting promoted to everybody?
I've been thinking about this subject quite a bit because every time I think about Logan Paul, this comes up in my head. That body is not real. And I have a few reasons why I don't believe the body is real. And the thing is, I'm also surprised that these points haven't been raised enough. And look, it's one of those things that when you see the thumbnail, if you guys remember the thumbnail of the Japanese forest video, how could you not know that that's not okay? That's what kind of makes me think, oh, these guys do a lot of pranks. They would be the one to drag in a dummy, and then it's totally okay to put it on the thumbnail because it's fake. So a lot of people go to that forest for that very reason. They're looking to find a body. It's notorious, so you have tons of creators that go there every year just looking, hoping that they'll find something, and they find nothing. Nothing happens. They usually just make a camping trip out of it. They vlog and then they go home, whatever. At least we got to go to Japan and have fun. Cool. And so when I talk about the odds, what are the odds for, okay, the most popular and most influential YouTuber at the time? He would be the one to stumble upon one. He's the guy. Not like you would expect somebody that lives there or someone that travels there, regularly. Probably some vlogger that has like 30 subscribers would be the one to stumble upon a body, and then they'd be stupid enough to post something because, oh, this is gonna blow me up, which it probably would have, but then the channel would have been wiped out, and then your 15 minutes would have been over. Just in 15 minutes, really. So it's one of those things that like I just have an extremely hard time because I'm an Occam's razor guy. I like to be as real as possible about a lot of things. And when you think about the odds of that situation, oh yeah, this guy, Logan Paul, super famous YouTuber, happens to be the one. Of course crazy stuff has happened throughout history, but this one, it's like, what's the more likely scenario if we're going to use Occam's razor? That a dummy was planted, or that he actually stumbled upon this thing? And when you think about the scenario and all the gears and all the variables involved, it's like, come on, it doesn't seem real. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the more complex thoughts of the matter. The motive. Was it intentional, or could he plead ignorance? And that's a huge difference. One thing I want to bring up is, imagine this is a case where you ran over somebody with your car. And so you go to court and it's like, well, what was the motive? And then you can say, there was none. It was an accident. I accidentally ran this dude over and I accidentally offed him. And then you know what happened? You most likely get manslaughter. Now, in the other scenario, what if you're like, I was so angry, I ran this dude over? Intent. Then it can be charged to murder. That can, you know what I'm trying to say? So the intent is so important in this situation, because when you look at this, it made much more sense to plead ignorance than to say he intentionally put a fake body there just for clout and views. It makes it so much worse, where it's like you made an absolute mockery of awareness and this and just everything that he did negatively becomes much worse because it was intentional, versus we accidentally stumbled upon a body. We accidentally put it in the thumbnail. We accidentally did all of this stuff. I know I messed up. I didn't mean it. Pleading ignorance makes much more sense in this scenario, because there's a lot of people that would say, well, if it was fake, why wouldn't you just come out and say it's fake? Because of that very reason. He would get much more crucified if he was like, guys, I was just kidding, it's fake. It would be way worse. So honestly, I think the people that surrounded him were smart enough to know that, oh, dang, we did screw up. But you know what? You're gonna have to take a dive. You're gonna have to take a hit for this one. And we're gonna have to go with that. It is real. We screwed up and we will get over this hump. And ladies and gentlemen, he absolutely did. He just pleaded ignorance. Logan Paul is a complete moron to all these people. Everyone's like, he's just a complete idiot. What a piece of trash. What an idiot. Instead of just being like, oh, we did this on purpose. It wasn't real. Then it's like, wow, what a monster. What a sociopath. This guy's so crazy. I can't believe he would do something like this. See, there's no idiot marker there. When the idiocy and the ignorance really helps people skate through. It really does. Now this right here is one of the things that has perplexed me the most, is because I was actually, when I more so thought that, yeah, this could be